All right, guys, hello. Welcome back to another episode of Dan Eats the World. Today, I am going to be cooking for you pork, no, I'm not, sous vide and reverse sear. What am I on about? Nice, juicy pork tenderloin with cauliflower 3 ways, as I made in the second round of Masterchef. Cauliflower steak, cauliflower puree, pickled cauliflower, sauce cider meninguin, or beurre blanc sauce with Welsh cider. But I can't even get Welsh cider today. I've had to use Herefordshire cider. It's close enough. Dickhead. Crispy sage leaves, burnt apple crisp. So you need that little bit of bitterness because the dish is quite sweet, quite acidic, quite a well-balanced dish. Sous vide pork, reverse seared, something quite unusual, I think, for a home cook. You're going to be cooking it backwards. You're going to be cooking it through slowly and then putting a nice crust on the outside. So then you can really control the cuisson. I didn't even know what that word meant when I did MasterChef. Check your cuisson! What the fuck does that mean? For normal people, cuisson is doneness of meat, all right? So, pork tenderloin, good quality one from Sainsbury's. You can cook this medium rare to medium. Don't be afraid, shouldn't be translucent, but a little bit pink, perfect. If you cook it well done, it will be dry and it won't be anywhere near as nice as it could be. Let's start. Sous vide pork. Get rid of all of this silver skin.
Are there any other cuts of pork you could use for this dish?
Something tender, pork loin chop perhaps. A bit more fat on a pork loin chop. This is kind of like the equivalent of a fillet. And if you shape it up now, you'll have it in the right sort of shape for later on when you're going to fry it. Cut this whole fillet in half. And now we're going to chuck it in a little vacuum bag. When you're doing a sous vide, get some things in there which impart some flavour, basically poaching in its own juices. So, sous vide. I don't know.
I think it means underwater.
So I think it means underwater. Hang on. So if I just like apply my knowledge of French, I think it means underwater. Come over here, cameraman. Vacuum bag. These bags come in like this. Okay, so we're going to seal the one side of it. Come over here.
I would love to.
Yeah. You pop it. These things are great. The middle a little. And then press that. It's basically like a, what is it called when you like vinylize your documents and stuff? You know what I mean? All the stuff that's on like toilet walls and stuff. Don't piss here. Right, so there, now we got a bag. Get our flavories in. Right, so we got sage, garlic, chuck a bit of butter in as well. This pork is really super lean. Keep it nice and juicy, stop it from drying out. Get loads of salt in there. Green Szechuan peppercorns. So I'm going to make a herb oil with this later to go with it. They're wicked, zingy, numbing sort of thing. Give that a nice shake up. Over here and now we're going to vacuum pack this. So wet and suck. So I've got it on wet suck. It's the best setting.
Can it suck anymore?
There we go. Wet suck is done. Oh. Just gonna wash my hand quickly. Wash your hands, kids, especially when you've been handling pork. Okay, here we have my little sous vide. It's a slow cooker. It's got a thermometer on it. You can just use a normal slow cooker. Set it to 60 degrees. Alexa, set a timer for 1 hour. Cheers, Cariad. What you could do is you could just use a normal, what's it called, slow cooker, and just get a thermometer. Stick it through the hole like that. Right, so that is cooking away. Just gonna clamp him down. Next on the list is pickled cauliflower. Cauliflower 3-way. Part of my thing, my bag, very trendy thing called zero waste cooking. I just thought it was just use fucking everything and don't waste anything. I don't like me today. Make me nicer. Basically, I'm just going to be using as much of the cauliflower as possible. Zero waste. I've always cooked that way. Don't be so wasteful. A, because I didn't have a lot of money when we were growing up. B, because using every part of every ingredient you have just forces you to be more creative, makes it more interesting. It's also cheaper. I think we're helping the environment, we're saving the world, and it's a great message to send. So, a celebration of the cauliflower. The pork is secondary. This is the main thing. Cauliflower steaks, caramelised cauliflower puree with the offcuts and with the leaves. Save some of the florets, cut them up, pickle them. Pickled cauliflower, caramelised cauliflower puree, cauliflower steaks. So let's get at it. Find the middle of your cauli, right down the middle. About an inch. Steak number 1. Steak number 2. We will use the leaves. The rest of this is going to be we're going to make the pickled cauliflower and the caramelized cauliflower puree. So first things first. So I've got my steaks, my nice bits, right? Now I want to get the next best things, which is going to be my little florets for pickling. Miniature versions of that, basically. Little cross sections. Saucepan fach. Beurre ar y tân. So vinegar, water, sugar, equal quantities. This is a really nice vinegar. Oh, it's amazing. You can drink it neat and it's sweet and have a bit of this, cameraman. That is absolutely banging.
Here we go. Oh, it's sweet and fiery.
Right, so a little bit of sugar, a bit of turmeric, whatever you want to say, because I want my pickle nice and yellow, because I want the colour to contrast the other elements on the dish, because cauliflower can go a bit beige. Let that heat through. I'm just going to get a little Tupperware. Bye! That's done. I'm going to go and get McDonald's. And we're back in the room. Trusty Tupperware, pickling bits. You want to select something that's going to look pretty sexy on the plate. That's not too sexy. That's sexy. About 5 per dish. Mind, this isn't a meat-heavy dish. It's going to be there to back up the collie.
Keep moving it around so I can't focus. That's good. Thanks for that, mate.
That's cool.
I'm like trying to guess. No, he's going to shift that and then leave it somewhere.
Am I an awkward customer? I am awkward. Awkward as fuck. To here. Nice and hot. Important thing is you've got to taste your vinegar first. If you've got really astringent vinegar, this is a really sweet, mature one. You can get them, they're really, really acidic. Like the one that was provided for me in Masterchef was completely different to what I've practiced with. It threw me a lot and it nearly fucked up my dish, but I managed to get around it. Last minute, just chucked some more sugar in there. So if it's really, really acidic, just get more sugar in there. And while we cook everything else, that can just pickle away. So now, caramelised cauliflower puree. Cut the cauliflower, fine as you can really. The finer the better. And this is where I'm going to get the collie leaves in as well.
Why is it important to be as small as possible?
You want the vegetables to be as fine as possible because the more surface area, the more contact with the heat, you reduce the risk of there being uncooked vegetable. No matter how much you blend it, you won't be able to get it as smooth as it could be. This can make a lot of puree.
I guess with the puree, you can use that for so many different dishes, can't you?
Keep it in your fridge, you can put it in a squeezy bottle, you can serve it with a spoon on the plate, you can be all fancy and restauranty. I'm probably going to do a little swoop like I did in the competition. Okay, I'm going to go in with a shallot and some garlic for this puree. Let's get that in there. Yeah, that's a big bit. Thank you, cameraman.
What are you using there, Dad?
This is cauliflower leaf. This is the bit that 99% of people throw away. Don't. You've paid for it. Don't waste it. If you're not going to use it like this, use it another way. Pick the leaves off and just deep fry them. It's like a little crisp with whatever you're making. They're amazing. They're a really lovely flavour. There's absolutely no reason why you don't use them. We've just been taught to be wasteful because of times of plenty, but we're not in a time of plenty anymore, so let's get real. Veg oil in there, butter in as well. When you're doing purees, lots of salt, shallots, top and tail, and it makes them easier to peel. You can use onion instead of shallot. Use whatever you've got to hand. Shallots are more intense than an onion. People tend not to use them at home.
Oh, I used to do the PR for UK shallot.
So was that right, what I was just saying?
I've no fucking idea. I don't know if it's more intense.
I mean, you could put a raw white onion in a burger or in like coleslaw or something like that. You wouldn't put a raw shallot in. It would be a bit harsh, which is why you want them in sauces because it's got that intense kick.
And you grow some fantastic shallots and onions in the UK, don't you?
Yes, we do, especially in Wales. I've no idea where this comes from, probably Spain. Garlic as well. You can hear that starting to brown, which is great. We want it to caramelise. Pop a little bit of water in here because first thing we want to do is cook through the vegetable. So we're basically going to be steaming it. As that water reduces down, then it will start to caramelise. We're just controlling the cooking. Don't be afraid of putting water in. Could also put milk in or something like that. Classic with any white puree. Your finger's right in front of the camera. Next thing is we're going to do the sage and Szechuan oil. Pestle and mortar. Green Szechuan peppers. You can use normal ones. Quite like the green ones. They're a little bit more tangy. What's that called? That's called sage, that is. Parsley, because we want the oil to be nice and green. Sage actually makes quite a yellow oil. It doesn't look so nice, so you often put parsley or even spinach into a herb oil to make it look more green. Rough chop into here. Right, I'm making a quick herb oil. So the way you should do it is you blend it cold with oil, pass it through a muslin. It can take like an hour or two. I haven't got time to do that, so I'm going to heat it up and make sure you don't burn it. Pour the hot oil over the herbs and the Szechuan, then going to blend it. Grind up those Szechuan peppers a little bit, smash up these herbs, oil into this hot pan. The more you break up the sage and the Szechuan, the more flavour it's going to get into that oil. That smells amazing. The sage is just insane. I love the smell of sage. So that oil is going to be pretty hot now. Pour it over, be careful. Frying those herbs. Okay, so we're going to leave that to just sit in here and cool. Might even blend it. We'll see. So if you blend it, you'll get even more colour into it and more flavour into the oil. If you don't have a pestle and mortar, then use a blender. However, this type of blender, sealed blender, you cannot put a hot product into this. It'll pressurize. The second you agitate a hot liquid, it gives off steam. You open it, it'll just squirt in your face. Squirt in your face. Never. Either do it with cold or do it with one that's vented like this. No squirt in the face. What are we doing next? Up here, please, cameraman. So next, we're going to make our burnt apple crisps. Bit pathetic, actually. Is there another apple in the fruit bowl? Just mouldy old bananas. This is the only apple I got, so I've got to be very sparing. I'm going to do it on a mandolin, but I'll start by cutting in half. Don't worry about going through the core, because we're going to cook this through in the oven, and the core will become edible. What isn't edible, the only part that isn't edible is the stem and the pips. Get this onto a tray nice and quick. Get some paper. I'm all over the place. I've never been on telly before. So you want this in a low oven, about 150. If you go in at 170, 180, 190, you'll just burn the apple. It's got so much sugar in it. I know I call them burnt apple crisps, but they're not really burnt, they're just caramelised. We just want a nice dark brown without going black. To a 150 degree oven for about 45 minutes. Okay, now we're going to check on our cauliflower puree. Cauliflower should be pretty well cooked now. It's been going for about 20 minutes. And this is the point where I'm going to put some cream in. Cream will reduce right down, and that fat will influence the caramelised cauliflower. So you watch, it's nice and white now. We want it to go quite dark. It's starting to caramelise there, that bit there. We want that all over. It's going to be a lot darker than you think. Oh, and this takes curry spices really well. Like I do a version of this dish without the pork and without the beurre blanc, with the steak and the pickles, but this is curry with a flatbread. It's absolutely lush. It's squirt in your face. Next up, cider beurre blanc. Huh?
Explicit and animal sounds. What have you been watching?
Right. Alexa, shut the fuck up. Stop. Beurre blanc is a gastrique emulsion. Gastrique is a combination of vinegar and wine or alcohol reduced down. You emulsify your cold butter through, and the butter thickens it up. Basically, you've got to boil down cider and vinegar till it's probably about a third. You can do this with white wine, a classic beurre blanc, but I'm doing it with cider. And a load of this absolutely beautiful vinegar. Yeah, it's really cheap at $7.99 a bottle, but it's stunning.
3-star winner. Great taste.
Oh yeah. Worth it. On a high heat, let it reduce down to about a third of the volume.
I'm rolling.
All right, so now we're going to look at the caramelised cauliflower puree. Come down here, cameraman. Cooking away for about 35 minutes. All of the fats have come out of the cream. That's what we want. We want caramelisation to keep going, even darker. Back up to me. The timer's just gone off for the sous vide, so we're going to check those out now. 60 minutes on 60 degrees. I want blush pork, medium to medium rare. So you can tell it's not too rare. It's not too well done either. I'm going to probe it, and I want the internal temperature about 56. No more than 60, really. If it goes over 60, then it'll start getting towards medium. 59.9. That's good. Let them rest, cool down. So you can see this is starting to bleed out. So that means it's starting to get towards medium. Glad I put this on a cold plate, and we saved it just in time, I think. Come over here, cameraman. Come and have a look at this gastrique. So this is the base of our beurre blanc sauce. There's a whole bottle of cider and a good glug of cider vinegar. A little bit more reduction on that, and then blitz in some cold butter. And I might just do it straight into the blender. Nice and quick then. It's not the way you should do it, but I had to do it in Masterchef because the time pressures were insane. Blitz it up. Oh, it smells amazing. Come and have a look at this. Got a little bit of a tip. So this puree has got quite a high fat content, because I put quite a lot of cream, bit of butter in it as well. And if your puree is starting to split, you can counteract that tiny little touch of cold water. It will emulsify with the fats, and then you won't get that splitting. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's lovely now. Trying to get my double chin out of the shot
Good luck. Why do you think I came back up high?
to save everybody from the folds. People take the piss out of me for spending ages scraping these bowls out, but when an ingredient is this hard fought for, you don't want to waste a drop. Good thing about a puree is you can do it ahead of time, put a plate over it, and just warm it up in the microwave.
Oh, wow. Yumbas.
Good?
Yes.
Okay, now we're going to go on to cauliflower steak. Yow! That is hot. A little bit of oil. The side you want to serve up, we're going to caramelize now. Presentation side.
Rolling.
Okay, let's look at our burnt apple crisp. Come in here, cameraman. Oh, banging! Perfect. We want them to cool down and they'll crisp up. See how it's going darker? The brown on the outside, this is good. Bitter, but not too bitter. Our gas streak is nearly ready. Now we're going to get some cold butter and we'll whip that in, but first of all, we'll get these cauliflower steaks doing. They're called cauliflower steaks for a reason, because you treat it like you treat a steak. You sear, flip, you reduce the temperature, garlic, thyme, and butter. Lovely. So we've seared the outside, and now we want to cook the inside. There's a lot of stalk on this. That's the bit that makes it steaky. That sort of like meaty texture, something to chew. So now it's going to go into the oven for about 10, 15, 150-ish, 160, no higher than that. Okay, let's do our beurre blanc. Already cubed butter. I'm not going to do it in the blender. Do it by hand. Share it, do it. Butter in. About half your butter. You let that melt in. I've turned the heat off because you really don't want to boil it whilst the butter's in. The butter will cool it down. It'll help it emulsify a bit. Add the rest of the butter slowly, piece by piece. Whisk furiously. You're trying to emulsify this butter now, and it'll thicken slightly. It's not a thick sauce, more like a sort of classic gravy. You've got water and acid, and you've got fat. If you just melted them together, they wouldn't sit together. Whereas when you emulsify it in a beurre blanc, it holds. Crazy for butter. Bizarrely, it needs more butter. Not kidding. Yeah, this is a whole pack of butter. Should serve 4 people at least. I mean, it's beurre blanc. It's a butter sauce, why it tastes so lush. There we go. That's perfect. You can tell by the sound of it.
Beurre blanc because you're not caramelizing it, yeah?
Oh, yeah. So now we're going to deep fry our sage leaves. A little bit of texture, a little bit of crunch. They're only going to take a few seconds. Make sure you salt them while they're still hot. The salt helps crisp them up. Crispy sage leaves. Now we're going to check our cauliflower steaks. So I'm going to give them a little baste now. Skewer them nice and easy. Yeah, they're cooked lovely. Lovely. Big ass portion. So now we're going to sear off these pork loins. A minute or 2 on each side, enough to brown it up. Make the edge flat so it will sit on the plate lovely. That's exactly what I wanted. Tiny bit blush in the middle. Even this one's good as well. Perfect. And then tiny little bit of finishing salt over that open face. Oh no! Come watch.
I'm ready.
Right, this is nice and cold now, so I can put it in here and blend it. So you see how it's got a bit of green to it? Without the parsley, it wouldn't really be green, it would be yellow. Pickles!
Pickles.
Crisps! The yellow from this gives a nice contrast to the other colours on the plate.
Pinks, yellows.
Oh. Bit of a herb oil. Puree. Gives you a nice little channel to put something in, like a herb oil or something like that. Lovely. Knife and fork for you too, cameraman. Let's get a bit of this in this. Oh my God. Oh, wow. It's literally got everything in. We've got sweet, salt, umami, textures. We've got bitter. Oh, this is a really lovely dish. It might have looked hard. I mean, I made a bit of a meal of it, but if I can do this in an hour and 15 minutes with a starter, you could do it on a Sunday afternoon, easy peasy. It's not actually that hard, and it's really nice. Oh my gosh. Cauliflower 3 ways. Sous vide, reverse seared pork, cauliflower steak, caramelised cauliflower puree, cauliflower pickles, crispy sage leaf, burnt apple crisps, and a cider beurre blanc split with a sage herb oil. Bone apple teeth.